guys, this is Patience, is it worth it? This is another subscriber's choice. If you haven't found me on Instagram, come find me and have your say, because there's quite a few collective readings on there. Everyone's having their say on it at the moment about what videos they want, because obviously it's your channel, so you're picking the videos at this moment in time. I'm working my way through it. I've got about 52 left to go now, I think. So is it worth it? Patience, deck 1, deck 2. Have a think about your person, think it all through. Number 1, number 2. What is it? Is it patience? Is it worth it? Is this going to be worth it? Who knows? We'll go have a look. We'll go into the juicy gossip of it all. Okay, so can I get into the collective energy of deck number 1? Patience. Is it worth it? My collectives of deck number 1. Is it worth it? The patience. Whenever they get told patience, Spirit always banging. Patience, patience, patience. Drives us all insane. You're like, no, I want it now. Okay. And can we get into their people's energy, their people's thoughts, feelings, emotions, energy, and thought processes? Patience. Is it worth the wait? Is it worth the wait? Patience. Okay, can I have, here we go, those that have picked deck number 1, the collective energy of patience. Is it worth the wait? Is it worth the wait? Is it worth the wait? Those that picked deck number 1. Three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to have these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me get 2 more. Is it worth the wait? Patience. Is it worth the wait? 1, 2. Okay. So, in the long run, it will be worth the wait. What's kind of happening is you've got a merging couple here with the King and Queen of Wands. Now remember that I love this deck because it holds into one big image all of the different signs. So this is your merging of your energies, divine masculine, divine feminine. Remember, it's never gender specific or sexually orientated, so fill in the energies as you need to. But the King and Queen of Wands, yes, in the long run it will be worth the wait, and you have victory here as well with the 6 of Wands. So between the two of you, there will be victory in the end. Remember, this works on your collective energy, as always, coming out with the strongest mutual energy. So if it doesn't resonate, your situations will be all your situations are different, but just remember it for a later date. But as your collective energy, yes, it is worth the wait with the victory card. Your energies are merging, your passionate energies are merging, and there will be victory. At this point in time, you've got the 8 of 9 of Swords. Again, can you see how the pictures work? It's ace. So the 8 of Swords is always about feeling trapped. 9 of Swords is about nightmares. Your person is feeling stuck by the situation, feeling very alone, feeling as if there is no one that they can talk to. They are stuck in fear. They can see all the advice around them with all the stars. They can see the pathway towards you. They can see the astrological charts. They can see everything is moving, but they just cannot seem to get themselves out of this stuck place. But you can see on this wood, there is a little pink heart here. There is love there. They do love you. They are just stuck, very, very stuck by the situation. 9 of Swords next to it. These are the nightmares. These are the fears coming down to eat them, feeling like they're going to get swept up in that massive beak. And no matter how the love is there and how strongly feel about you, these fears at the moment are at the forefront, and feeling stuck is at the forefront. No matter what your individual situations are, whether you are broken up, whether you are together, whether you are third party, whatever your individual circumstances are, this is where the energy is with you and your partner or your person at this point in time, stuck between a rock and a hard place. And there isn't much movement going on with them at this point in time, where they are feeling these 2 sword cards massively. They are thinking it all through with the 2 of Wands, but in conflict with it with the 5 of Wands. At the moment, their thoughts are conflicting. They are looking to the divine feminine energy at the top, knowing that they want to be with you, knowing that they want a future with you, but there is a stream that they have to cross. And these is water is always emotions. They have to cross over these emotions, feel strong in themselves, and then make the moves towards you. And at this point in time, on this side of the river where they are, there is conflict. conflict in their head, conflict in their heart. The logical side is winning at the moment, and the fears are part of the logical side. But as time progresses, the passion is going to move the situation forward, and they will come over the bridge. Again, you've got the Five of Swords over here, so you have another sword card, another sword energy, wearing masks to the outside world, wearing masks to their friends and family. Some of their friends and family have had an influence on this situation, I'm being told to tell you. They know that there is a period of transformation, they know that they want to be with you, but the clouds are always about visits. The clouds are just a bit murky at the moment. They know that there has to be movement here, but they're just not willing to take those steps forward just yet. But in the long run, it will be worth it. You are in your High Priestess energy. Keep focusing, again, remember it's never gender specific, but keep focusing on yourself, keep standing in your power, keep being in your divine energy, and the arrows are going to fly towards you. Eight of Wands about things happening now. There is movement already, it's just that you can't see it. You don't know that you can't feel it, you can't see it, so you're pressing pause and you're blocking it. Well, you're not blocking it, but there is a block and there is a pause button, and that's because you can't feel, and you've got, it's almost like seeing is believing at this point in time for you, not believing is seeing. And that's where the block is with you two moving forward. Well, you and your person moving forward. In the long run, it will be worth it, but it's a battle of head and heart at this point in time, and they have got to overcome these fears, and until they do that, this is where the block is going to be. Conflicting energies of two fives. The fives are at the forefront in this spread, but as you keep standing in your power, that is mirroring onto them, and that is echoing the situation so that they can move it forward. Let me get you a card with one of these. These are my little vessel love deck, cute love deck. Can I have a clarifying card for those that picked deck number one? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is patience worth it with them and their person? Is it worth it? Structure. It's all about getting stable at this point in time where they are. The pink is unconditional love, the green is heart-centered emotions, and the blue is communication. At the moment, it's practicing unconditional love and heart-centered emotions. The communication isn't quite there at the forefront, but it's coming. It is coming. There's just a lot of eyes glaring at people. You're wanting them to do it now. And because you're not giving it space, well, not, this isn't all of you, remember it's your mutual energy. If you're not releasing the situation to a certain degree, you are pressing pause on the situation from moving forward. So just remember that the universe has to have space for it to move forward. So letting it go and releasing it are two, letting go and moving on are two separate things. You have to release the situation for the universe to match it, which is hard, but it's about trusting the process, trusting the universal energy. And if you have patience and you're thinking, is it worth it? Well, you've got to trust the process in the first place. You've got to trust it. Anything else for deck number one? Okay, let's just do these. Anything else for deck number one? Anything else about, is it worth it for deck number one? Is it going to be worth it? Balancing, again, it's all about balancing emotions at this point in time. Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, yes, it is worth it. It's love, absolute love. Knight of Cups is someone in love with you. Two of Cups is the true love card, but you have the moon in the middle, which is the fears. Please follow your intuition. Please be guided. Please give yourself energy cleanses. There are a lot of pesky, lower vibrational energies playing around at the moment. Give yourself a good cleanse out. It will move forward when the time is right, divine timing. There isn't a set timing for this deck because each of you are at very, very different stages in your journey with deck number one. But there is love, and love, when there is love, there is a way. So trust the process, trust that it's bringing structure so that you can have a more stable future. And that's where it is at the moment. These fears, if you came together when all these fears are up on the surface, you wouldn't have any structure. It would be up and down. It could lead into toxicity. It could lead into emotions here, there and everywhere, lack of trust. This point in the process, this period of transformation, this patience that you are having at the moment is to build the structure, to build your two future, to bring your cups energy, your Knight of Cups and your Two of Cups together, to release the fears. If you come together now, it wouldn't be too good. So it's about building that structure, letting it happen. So yeah, it is worth it in the long run. And that's deck number 1. So let's do deck number 2, 10:05. Can I have the collective energy of those that pick deck number 1, 2? Deck number 2, please. Patience, is it worth it? Is it worth it? The collective energy of deck 2. Can I get into their people's energies, thoughts, feelings, emotions, energy and thought processes of deck number 2? Oops. Patience, is it worth it for those that pick deck number 2? Is it worth it? That didn't work. Let's do that one more time. And then we're good to go. Okay. Can you please tell me, is it worth it for those that picked deck number 2? Is all this patience worth it for those that have picked deck number 2? Is it worth it? One, two, three. There are a lot of people having an influence on this situation. 1, is it worth it? 2, is it worth it? 3, 4. Let's get one more. Is it worth it? Okay. There is a lot of energy here to do with other people, okay? So this is more not necessarily just about the two of you. This is about other people that could be involved in the relationship, particularly children with the Child of Wands and Youth of Cups, mother and father energies. Some of you will be third parties. You will know about that. You will be the third party. If not, this can be influences around them, family influencing the situation, friends influencing the situation. At the moment, your person is being easily guided by other people. The foxes are always quite cunning and conniving. There's always a bigger picture going on to things happening. Mother of Pentacles, this would be a stable female. It's also probably an earth sign. And the Youth of Cups, again, this could be children. So it could be the family unit with all 4 of these. It could be your children, it could be their children, or it could be them acting as children by being influenced by peers and friends. So that is all your different situations with your collective mutual energy. A lot of people are influencing this situation, and that, because your person can be quite easily led, not all of you, but your person isn't quite as determined and strong as you are because they have fears going on. They tend to follow the crowd at this point in time. They are following the sheep. They are going with the flow of it, rather than standing on their own 2 feet and being the wolf and hunting. You've got the feminine energies at the top. You've got the masculine energies of the sun and the merging of your energies, but these fears are still at the forefront, and the majority of fears are to do with other people at this point in time. They've got the 4 of Cups. They aren't happy with the situation, how it's going at the moment. They are fed up with it. They can see that they want to be with you, but these fears, again, are always at the forefront. 9 of Swords as well, and the Moon card. 9 of Swords, thinking the worst. They're thinking they're not good enough. They're thinking that they don't deserve to be with anyone. They're feeling like they're being isolated. Again, this could be to do with parents. Feeling like they've got abandonment issues. Some of them as well, if you're struggling with some of them are struggling with same-sex relationships. Again, this is within your collective energy. Some of them are struggling with that. It's a whole load of worrying about what people think, worrying about what's going to happen, worrying that they're not good enough. And that's the collective mutual energy of it all. That's where it is at this point in time. Now, it doesn't matter if that was particularly with you. or if it's with someone else, these fears are still going to be there, and they have got to work through these fears, and they've got to work through these blocks. A lot of them as well have got overpowering fathers, I'm being told to tell you, and a lot of them have got overpowering mother-based mothers. Okay, so there is a massive mixture of mutual energy between all of you that picked deck number 2, but the key influence of your mutual energy is that it's down to there's other people influencing this situation. Please remember that this is your strongest mutual energy, so if anything doesn't resonate, just remember it for a later date. They are in conflict of their heart at their emotion and their emotions. They're in conflict of the stability. They're in conflict of all the sexual chemistry as well. Again, that can mirror onto those of you that are having same-sex relationships. Those are in fear of that. It is all fear. It's all conflicting energies between their head and their heart and what's actually going on. They are battling themselves. They see you in your divine power. They see you with heart-centered emotions, and they see you as strong. And because of that, that then makes them feel vulnerable and weak, because they aren't quite as clued up with the world as you are, and they struggle with that. It's a funny card, that, actually, isn't it? But you're at peace, even though you're in turmoil about the situation and you're up and down like a yo-yo. Majority of the time you are standing in your power, you are standing strong, and you're standing firm, and you're standing with heart-centered emotions, and you're standing with love. The Chariot, it will come round in the end. Majority of you on this collective reading, your strongest mutual energy, it is going to come round. There is going to be movement. Your energies are going to merge with that card, and you will fly and you will soar, and you will both be standing there with your crowns on in your power. I'm losing my voice. So it is coming. You want the same things. There is a lot going on in both of your lives individually at this moment in time, which is what is meaning that you are needing to be patient for the time being. Can I have a card for deck number 2, please? By the way, what does deck number 2 need to know? What do my collective babies need to know for deck number 2? Connect. You need to listen to your guidance, your spiritual guidance. There's a lot of green-eyed monsters on this card as well. A lot of you are being jealous and worrying about what's going on, who they're seeing, are they with anyone else, with the heart in the middle of these two people standing back to back. If your person is, if you are the third party and your person is with someone else, they are standing back to back. There isn't heart-centered emotions for the collective energy. There is love generally because of children rather than anything else. If you aren't third party, these will be your fears, that they are moving on without you, that there are a lot of things going on, and that there are other people involved in this situation, and this is where all these green-eyed monsters are. And this is where everyone looking in on this situation has got an opinion about it. Can I have one more card? Endurance. It will be, you're asking about patience. In the end, yes. Your blues are all communication. At the moment you're holding up your castle, feeling like it's kind of pushing you down. But once these eyes move up, once this communication starts, you'll follow the pathways and you'll get to where you need to go. With the heart-centered energy, with your home life at the top, with your castle, with things moving forward, with the star being on the right path. So in the end, it will be worth it. Can I just have 3 more cards for deck number 2, please? Is it worth it? Yeah, it's just all about fears and blocks. There are choices and decisions that need to be made. Remember that they feel alone too. They feel trapped. Go with the rose energy. Let it all naturally unfurl. Don't try and pick the petals before it's ready. They will break. You have to water it. You have to love it. And if it's with a spiritual relationship, the self-love you put in will echo back onto them. So go with the love. Not all the gems are cracked. What's the word in that Pink song? We're not broken, just bent. That's what I just got in my head. It will move forward. 7 of Cups, choices and decisions. They've just got to get out of this murky head. It will move. The endurance is part of the patience thing. So take it, let it unfold, let it naturally happen. In the end, it will be worth it. But for now, it's just to go with it, roll with the tides, roll with the merging energies, wait and see what happens, and just take your time with it. And that's deck number 2. So if you want to book a private reading and look at your circumstances. Liverpool, that. If you want to look at your circumstances individually, then email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's just mysticlovetarot. And I love you all too. I'll speak to you soon. Bye, guys.